Before you buy your first home, it's a few things that you need to have in place or that you need to look into. And a lot of y'all be skipping them, which is why y'all probably be having headaches during the process. I have seen buyers lose out on homes, overpay, or just be stressed totally through the process, not because they weren't financially ready, but they just didn't know what to do in the process. So before you start scrolling on Zillow and saving your homes and your favorites and touring model homes, let's make sure that you're actually ready to buy and not just ready to look. I am Desiree Dixon, your real estate mogul. Well, I'm almost a real estate mogul. I'm on my way. Helping first-time buyers, especially women, feel empowered, informed, and confident in the process. First step, you want to check or at least know what your credit score is. I know a lot of people use like Credit Karma, CreditWise, or all of these other credit monitoring services, which is cool. It gives you an idea of what your credit score is, but please don't stick to that as your credit score because it can either be more or less than what the real score is that they use to actually qualify you for a mortgage. But you want to at least have an idea of what your credit score is, what it looks like. Do you have any judgments? Do you have any charge-offs? And that kind of stuff you can get from Credit Karma and CreditWise and all of those other credit monitoring sites. Also, you want to have an idea of what a comfortable mortgage payment is going to look like for you. You already know what bills you have now. Include lights, water, possibly gas, internet, if you're not already paying those things, right? So you want to kind of include that when we're thinking about what a comfortable mortgage payment will be. And I need you to kind of be realistic. I know you want to say, oh, I can afford $1,200. When we start getting to the next part and you realize what a $1,200 mortgage and a house, what that look like, I'm gonna need you to be realistic. Because I'm gonna need you to come up. You're gonna need to come up. Need you to go ahead and get about 18 minimum in your mind. But first step, know what your credit is and have some type of idea if you're gonna be able to afford $1,800 or more in a mortgage. Okay, so step 2, you kind of got an idea of what your credit score is and you know roughly what you want to pay or what you may be comfortable paying in a mortgage, but you need to go ahead and get pre-approved with a lender. If you are ready to buy a house or looking to buy a house or want to get prepared to buy a house, just go ahead and do the mortgage loan application. Rip the Band-Aid off. It's okay. If they pull your credit, it's not going to hurt you that much and drop your score so dramatically that you'll never be able to afford anything. Let the people pull your credit and go ahead and get pre-approved. Give them your documents, pay stubs, bank statements, and W-2s so that they can kind of get a overall financial picture of what you got going on. And at that moment, they're either going to say, credit-wise, income-wise, we will be able to give you X amount of dollars to purchase a house, or that lender is going to say, yeah, we'll be able to do it, but you got a little bit of work to do before we can get there. And they give you the plan. They tell you exactly what you need to do, or they connect you with a credit repair specialist. At least that's what I do. That's what me and my lenders do. So you're either going to get a plan or you're going to get pre-approved. You're going to kind of know where you stand. There's no sense of trying to figure it out at this point. You kind of know. So you want to get pre-approved or at least know if you can be pre-approved. All right, so step 3, create your non-negotiables. But I need you to put a little asterisk beside non-negotiables because some of them things you might have to bend on. But some things I want you to go ahead and think about, like I need to be in a certain school system. I need to be X amount of miles or minutes from my job or my parents or my support system, or I don't want a HOA or I do want a HOA. So I want a garage or I don't want a garage. So you want to think about what your non-negotiables are, but I say put an asterisk beside it because sometimes we get a little caught up on these non-negotiables and they don't fit your approval. So for example, if you are approved for $200,000, but you are hell-bent On a 2-car garage, I'm gonna go ahead and be the one to break the bad news to you. You're not gonna find a $200,000 house with a 2-car garage. So you might have to bend on that non-negotiable. So still think about the things that you have to have. Or if you got kids, I gotta have 3 bedrooms because I need bedrooms for my children. You know, like things like that. But just keep in mind, put an asterisk besides some of them non-negotiables, because some of them you might have to make a little bit of an exception for. All right, so step 4. I need you to save money, okay? It does not matter if you are a first-time home buyer and you get down payment assistance and you may be able to qualify for grants or whatever the case may be. You still need money to buy a house. So I need you to save. And I'm gonna just go out here and say at minimum, $2,500, $3,000. You need to at least be able to have that in hand, or somebody can gift it to you, whatever the case may be. But you need to have some money saved. And the more money you have saved, the better. I'm not saying that you need tons of money, but you need to have some money saved. And depending on your credit situation, you might need more money than that. But don't walk into home buying, especially as a first-time home buyer, thinking that there are these miracle programs that are going to require you to walk to the table with $0 and you never had to take any money out of your pocket. It does not work that way, okay? You have to pay an earnest money deposit, which is like a good faith deposit. Now you may be able to choose the amount, and you and me or your agent will be able to figure out what amount will be the best, but you still have to have it. You have to have money for an appraisal. They cost about $700. You have to have money for a home inspection. They start at $450. You may wanna also get a mold test done or a radon test done, or in the home inspection, you may find out that there's some other things that you need to get a little more further investigated. Like the HVAC may need an HVAC tech to come out. It may be something wrong with the structure of the house and you need a structural engineer to come out. And now I'm not saying that that's the case in every house, but you got to think about that and plan for those things. So you need to have some money saved. You don't have to have a ton of money saved, but you need to have some money saved or be able to get access to some money from somebody. Thinking about moving to Richmond, then here are some things you need to know before you make that move. From the best communities to the hidden gems that locals love, Richmond can be very overwhelming, but that's okay. I got you covered. I have created a free guide with everything that you need to know before moving to Richmond. You're gonna love it. So download your free guide today, whether you're moving in the next month or you're just kind of exploring your options. This is going to save you time, money, and stress. Download your copy. And lastly, you wanna educate yourself. As a first-time home buyer, and depending on some of the programs that you may get into as a first-time home buyer, you got to take a home buyer education class anyway. But I want you to educate yourself on the home buying process. Now, me as an agent, I give you a whole guide on the home buying process. And you can find it from the link in my bio. But you need a home buyer guide, and you want to educate yourself on the process, because everybody thinks that they know, but they don't really know. And even once you read the guide, once you're in the process, it starts going rapid speed. So you kind of want to be aware of what's happening. Everything will start happening so fast. And you'll sometimes notice that a lot of people in this industry, we do this day in and day out. So we may be talking to you in mortgage and real estate mumbo jumbo, and you have no clue what we're talking about. Now, if you have not educated yourself, you may not be familiar. But even if you've educated yourself, or if you have not, always feel free to stop whoever it is and make them explain to you, what are you talking about, right? You ask your realtor, ask your lender, ask the homeowner's insurance agent, ask everybody questions. Like, you're paying these people. Ask them questions, but also just make sure that you educate yourself too, because you don't want to walk in blind as to, you know, what's going on. But when I'm your agent, you're never blind. I'm Desiree Dixon, your Richmond real estate mogul, and I help single women and men buy houses that fit their lives, not just their budgets. And I desire to be your realtor. See you in the next video. You look like you're killing it in your career and as a mama. Thank you, girl.